Could this be the last Funko Fair we ever see?
This is going to be very entertaining.
What's going on, everybody? I'm DudeMeeps and welcome back to the channel Collecting with DudeMeeps, and today we're going to be talking about a little recap on Funko Fair, the highlights, the downfalls, disappointments, and a big question is, are we ever going to see Funko Fair again? Before we go any further, go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you do want to see more of my content. I do videos every Monday and Friday on Funko, designer toys. I'll be starting a new Naruto CCG series going on, so stay tuned for a lot of stuff because we have plenty of stuff to go around. Okay, so now we have gotten through Funko Fair, and I don't mean that in the bad way like it was, you know, something we had to endure through. It wasn't anything like that. But what I'm trying to say is there were some high points and low points of Funko Fair, and there is always a big question of, will we see this again? Now, we're gonna be going through the stretch of Funko Fair. It went on for approximately 9 days, from the 19th to the 29th of January, and we saw a lot of reveals that Funko shared out on their Instagram and on their other social media pages, and unfortunately we had a lot of leaks that occurred just the day before the official announcements. Now, I went over that in my first video on Funko Fair. A lot of you guys really liked that, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. But I talked about how somewhat of it was ruined in terms of the element of surprise. It was spoiled because a day before official reveals were for maybe Anime Day, we knew about almost all of the anime Funko Pops. Now, I'm not saying all of them, because there were some of them that caught me by surprise and I was extremely ecstatic, aka the Naruto ones is the ones I'm referring to. But nonetheless, I mean, we saw a lot of them that we didn't even know about. Now, some people did refer to a order document you saw maybe months ago on Diz.Pops or other news pages where you might see the name of a Funko Pop that was in the order form. Now, of course, we didn't see concept art of that. Now, a lot of that can't always be confirmed because Funko has to officially, you know, put the staple in to say, yes, this is coming out, like they did in Funko Fair. Now, starting off for opening day was just a sneak peek of what is to come for that week and what we're expected to see along the way. A little sneak peek, intro, here, there, all that kind of stuff. Now, just the night before the second day, which was Anime Day, one of the most highly anticipated days of Funko Fair, we had lots of leaks, and some people weren't thrilled about it, some people were okay, didn't care, because all in all, we wanted to hear it from Funko what was coming out. Some of the highlights I'm going to mention, I'm not going to go through every single anime pop and every single Marvel and DC because that would take hours. Well, maybe like an hour, 30 minutes, I don't know. Some of the big ones was obviously One Piece was very highly sought after. A lot of people were asking for that for a long time, for new One Piece pops. Some people weren't so thrilled about the design the characters got. They wish they had different outfits. Nonetheless, a lot of people were really interested in the Chalice exclusive Luffy in 4th gear, I believe. It's a really cool pop, and I'll show images up here so you guys can see it. I kind of wish it glowed in the dark, but nonetheless, it is really cool. And let me know in the comments, did you decide to pick that one up? And of course, another big one was the Naruto line, and I've talked about it a lot for you guys as well. I was super excited to hear about the new glow-in-the-dark Chase Minato, and then a glow-in-the-dark Pain, because they had a common Pain and then a regular glow-in-the-dark Pain exclusive to Chalice as well, and it's super cool. But unfortunately, Chalice tends to charge a lot for their own exclusives, and sometimes they sit on their website for a while, so don't freak out if you didn't get it because they usually have plenty of stock to go around, so stay tuned for that. But also they did have the Onbu chase of Kakashi, which was really cool that we have not seen yet, and I believe that is the first official chase of the Naruto line, because I know Boruto line had the Hokage Naruto glow-in-the-dark chase, but this is for the Naruto line, and it is their first chase ever. And of course, we saw our Dragon Ball Z pops that a lot of people were really interested in. Some people are kind of falling off the wagon of that whole Dragon Ball Z thing because there are so many pops out there of Goku and Vegeta. It kind of gets exhausting, especially if you're a completionist. So I know you guys are struggling with it, but come on, if you're a fan, you gotta go through with it. But one of the highlights from the Dragon Ball Z pops was the Kamehameha, I think that's how you say it, Goku, who's FYE exclusive and glow-in-the-dark, but they also had a variant of him that was a Hot Topic exclusive and a Diamond Glitter variant, which I'm not so sure that's like gonna look good. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen a Dragon Ball Z pop in diamond form, and especially for Goku, I think that'll look a little, I don't know, not his style, but anyways, cool nonetheless, and that was a highlight from Dragon Ball Z. Now moving on to day 3, we did see a lot of MLB, we did see a lot of NBA pops, we saw some new video game pops that were coming out. for the new Valhalla Assassin's Creed. There are, of course, some Five Nights at Freddy figures that Funko is releasing that a lot of people are actually really excited for, because apparently Five Nights at Freddy is really popular. I don't really know why. I never really got into it, never played the game. I've seen people play it. It looks really fun. But apparently, you know, a lot of people like that stuff, so awesome for them. Now, moving on to day 4, we did see some Marvel pops, and in all honesty, a lot of people were disappointed with that. And like I said before, you know, there were some highlights and then were some downfalls of Funko Fair, and people weren't so thrilled with the showing for Marvel pops. Now, we did see kind of a newish line. I think it's kind of comic book based in terms of where it comes from. It was called the Infinite Warps line, and it is some cool looking pops, and I'll show them up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Although they weren't necessarily based of Marvel canon series, like we like to see Captain America and Iron Man and Black Panther, you know, a lot of our famous, more, you know, popular pieces in the Marvel line. Nonetheless, we also saw some of the new Winter Soldier and Falcon pops, which is pretty cool, and a lot of people are excited for that. Some of the downfall of Marvel was the luchadors. Some people were like not wanting that at all, and those were kind of the low side of the Marvel reveals. But the ones that kind of picked up the pace for Marvel was, of course, the Deadpool pops. A lot of people like that Dino Deadpool. I thought that was pretty cool out of all of them. We did see a lot of Miles Morales, but a lot of those Spider-Man Miles pops that were coming out. And of course, the very anticipated WandaVision, where the show just kicked off recently, they got a few pops out for them too. A lot of people are excited for those and really looking forward to the show itself. Now, I believe ending the week was with the movies line in the first week of Funko Fair. So throughout the week, the only highlights I really saw from a lot of people were the anime highlights of Funko Pops and the Marvel ones that came out as well. And I would say maybe one of the lowest points of Funko Fair was the movies day. I don't think it brought that much hype to it. Some people were excited because there was a couple new Harry Potter pops. And then there were the Goonies, which a lot of people were really thrilled about, because that is a nostalgic movie for a lot of people from their childhood. Because there was a first wave of Goonies pop, and there are a few grails out there for them. So it is cool that the Goonies got another wave out there for them to hold on to. And so after the first week, we did kind of have a cool down. So we got used to what we were seeing out there, and then more leaks happen. I mean, we are not short of leaks, my friends. If you are in part of the community in Funko, you know that if you're following Diz.pop or Funko Pop News or Pop Homes, a lot of these news pages are going to show you leaks, and you got to expect it. I mean, you can't be upset if you're following it, obviously, but that is part of the community. We're going to see leaks 6 months in advance at times, maybe even a year. I mean, we get a lot of leaks a lot of the time. So Funko Fair, I'm sure, was expecting a lot of these leaks to somewhat spoil the element of surprise for the reveals. But nonetheless, we did see some that we weren't expecting, and some of them that we thought was going to be there and didn't show up. However, we went into week 2 starting off the day with TV. A lot of TV shows got some cool pops, and a really big highlight of it all was The Office. A lot of people got to see some of the concept art that even some custom artists were making. Those actually came to fruition. Dwight in his kind of a basketball attire where he takes his shirt off, but he's wearing his face protector that chases him with the shirt off. And then we saw Ryan with blonde hair as a chase. And of course we saw Creed, which was a really popular one that people wanted to go after, with him with a bloody shirt and bloody face. If you guys remember in the Office series, he got a chase as well. But we did see a couple other ones in the TV lines, Bewitched, Umbrella Academy, G.I. Joe. A lot of cool ones, but I think The Office definitely took the winner on this line for TV Funko Pops. So coming into the next day of the second week, we did see a pretty big spike in popularity for Animation Day. I would say it was probably maybe a close second to Marvel. Probably took over Marvel if I would say myself, but there were big reveals for a lot of popular ones like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That has been a long-awaited animation Funko Pop that people have been asking for, because the only Funko products that they produced for Foster's Home was Wacky Wobblers a while ago. And with the Foster's Home Pops, we did see Eduardo. Eduardo got a flocked variant, which is really cool. There was Blue, obviously one of the side characters, and Mac. But one other series of animation pops that a lot of people are looking forward to are the Godzilla vs. Kong pops. Of course, with the movie coming up, a lot of people are looking forward to seeing these pops, get them in their collection. There's going to be 10-inch variants of Godzilla and Kong, so that's really kind of play on the gigantic aspect of them. Godzilla is going to have a glow-in-the-dark variant exclusive to FYE. So a lot of people are looking forward to this, and they made quite a lot of them actually, of different variants for these Godzilla vs. Kong pops. Now, of course, some people knew that Avatar: The Last Airbender is not an anime, so it wouldn't show up on Anime Day, because we saw the license and we're like, oh my gosh, there's going to be new Avatar pops. A lot of people are looking forward to it. Well, unfortunately, when Animation Day came, since it's technically a cartoon, they only provided pop pins. Now, I know a lot of people were disappointed about that. They were expecting new chases, new characters getting their own Funko Pops, but unfortunately we didn't get to see that. But I do want to provide you guys a little heads up. In the next few months, we are going to see an Avatar pop, and I made a video about this, about the new Pop Super line. Avatar will be most likely the first variant of this line to have a glow-in-the-dark 6-inch Funko Pop that will be the new play on these Pop Super lines, kind of a whole energy around them, have all the elements that I kind of showed in that video, and I'll link this video right here so you guys can go watch that for yourself. But that is going to be one of the first Avatar pops coming this year, hopefully in the next few months, so do not worry, Avatar fans, there is something coming for that line. Now, I know I'm jumping around, but Disney also had a pretty good day, because Disney fans are very active in the Funko community. We did see new Lilo and Stitch pops. A lot of people love Lilo and Stitch pops, especially Stitch. Stitch did get himself a flocked variant, so a lot of people are going to be looking forward to that. For some of you old school Disney fans, there are going to be some new Pinocchio and Alice in Wonderland, so actually there's going to be a lot of good Disney pops out there for you guys, new or old. You guys can enjoy that. So Disney actually had a pretty good reveal day, if I would say so myself. And to kind of wrap up the week, and I thought it wasn't the best day to do it, because if I were Funko, I'd kind of save some of the best things for last. And we got music in DC. I'm not saying music series pops are bad or the DC pops are bad, but they weren't really the most hyped up ones to leave off of, like leaving a good taste in your mouth after having Funko Fair for 2 weeks. But we did see a couple pop albums for Motorhead, AC/DC. We saw a Chase variant for Bret Michaels. But along with the music pops, DC shared the same day, which was kind of unfortunate, but DC doesn't get as much love, I think, as Marvel does in terms of popularity. But nonetheless, they did actually have some cool looking pops. There was new Flash pops, and if you guys can see, I have some pictures up here. They had the glow-in-the-dark variants for the Funko Shop exclusive Flash, and then the GameStop one. And I would say the most popular one I saw out of the DC Funko Pops was actually the comic bundle box. Apparently it comes with an Actions comic in the background of that pop that you guys can see up here that I'm showing. So that's pretty cool, and a lot of people were kind of wondering, would this be a new start of a line where, animes would get a manga piece in the background? I think that'd be really cool. I think a lot of people would really jump onto that, especially anime fans. They're always looking for something new. So that was actually a cool piece into the DC reveal. So all in all, Funko Fair wrapped up in their 2-week virtual event from January 19th to the 29th. We had a good time. Unfortunately, for some people, they didn't enjoy the whole early leaks things that were occurring. But in all honesty, if you want to avoid that at all costs, I know some people say, oh, don't follow a news page, but news pages aren't just for leaks or for, when a restock happens or anything like that. So yeah, it's sometimes hard to avoid, but nonetheless, guys, I think that it was really enjoyable for what it was. And a lot of people are still asking, are we going to see, some anime pops that weren't revealed, like Demon Slayer and Fire Force? Recently, we just saw a Demon Slayer photo right here that was the actual pops, and some people are like, these are way too good to be customs. Like, this could be the real deal. We didn't see anything about Fire Force, but I've been seeing a lot of news pages put up some new Fire Force info on those pops, and some other animes, new My Hero pops that people were showing off in terms of, what's out there in the description of it all. So a lot of cool stuff is going to be coming out probably in 2021. I've heard that the Demon Slayer pops, matter of fact, will be somewhat released around August time. That's obviously not confirmed because Funko can always push around, but we saw physical Funko Pop production pieces that could be very true. So guys, keep your eyes out for that. A lot of cool stuff is coming out for it. And one big question I think that's gonna really surround Funko Fair for the time being is, will we ever see Funko Fair again? That's kind of unknown because Funko Fair was originally made up as their inaugural Funko Fair, the first ever, because of the cancellation of Toy Fair. And Toy Fair is usually scheduled for February. We have one hosted in New York and there's one also in London. And they already rescheduled Toy Fair for 2022, so that is on the books. Now, we don't entirely know if Funko is going to still be a part of that. Are they going to host Funko Fair and be a part of Toy Fair? That is really unknown. Nonetheless, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the Funko Fair event, that 2-week virtual event. Hopefully next time we maybe get, back out into the mix of things and maybe able to put on even something more special than Funko Fair or better things coming up with Toy Fair in 2022. Time will only tell. But before we go, let me know in the comments what was your favorite reveal of the Funko Fair, and let me know if you were able to cop most of the things you wanted. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like on this video, smash that like button, it helps a lot, really helps this channel grow, and it's free. You can do it anytime you want, so go ahead and try it out. And like always, my friends, enjoy what you collect, let other people enjoy what they collect, and remember, always have fun with it. See ya!